Black people, what's happening? My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins. Welcome to drboycetv.com, the home for intelligent Black people. Today, we're going to talk about T.I. and Tiny. Apparently, T.I. and Tiny have been hit hard by MTV announcing that they are going to suspend production on their reality show. It used to be called The Family Hustle. I think now it's called The Friends and Family Hustle. I don't know why they changed the name, but that's what it is. But we're going to talk about T.I. and Tiny. We're going to talk about MTV. We're going to talk about the Me Too movement. And we're going to talk about this thing that media isn't ever going to address, which is what should be the burden of proof before you decide you want to go ruin a Black man's life. How much proof is needed? Is an accusation enough, or do you need a little bit more than that? So we're going to break all this down in an intelligent way. So get comfortable, hit the thumbs up button. We're going to get started right now.
Here we are, clan the isms, cataclysm, great. Our people out here struggling, trying to make it in this state. Everybody out here doing it, but we the ones who late. Now family, we the ones who gotta delegate. Get that money in the power, never be fake. Stick to cosign for 3. What did he say? Create jobs, support our own. Educate the same and buy back your home. Got 3 degrees, triple 10. 3 PhDs, now we on the CNN. DBTV, let's talk about negligence. Ignorance is bliss, but we can turn it to intelligence. Please none of what you hear, half of what you see. Let's break it down here on Dr. Boyce TV. Here we are.
Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins. Welcome to drboycetv.com, the home for intelligent Black people. So if you're not Black and intelligent, you need to just go ahead and leave, because it'll make it easier on all of us if you would just step out with your dumb ass. Anyway, what's going on, everybody? Happy Friday. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins, and I hope you guys are doing well. I already told you my name, so I'm not going to keep repeating that. And I want to talk about T.I. and Tiny. T.I. is a guy who is a great rapper. He's very talented. He's been with his wife, Tiny, for a very long time. And right now, they're going through a little bit of a crisis. They're dealing with a crisis where they've been accused of some things that no one would ever want to be accused of. And MTV has just announced, as a result of these accusations, that they are semi-canceling T.I. and Tiny, maybe temporarily canceling them, not permanently. They haven't made any permanent announcements yet, but they have made a decision to suspend the production of their show, which I think is called The Friends and Family Hustle, but it used to be called The Family Hustle. Now I'm going to ask you guys a question. Give me a yes or no. Do you think that it makes sense for MTV to suspend production on the show? Sounds like they're doing it as a precautionary measure. What do you think? Yes or no? Do you think it's cool, or do you think it's uncool? Give me a yes or no, or put a cool or uncool. And I'm going to wait a second while you guys answer the question. Hold on. Okay, I'm looking for it. Okay, I'm seeing the responses. I see yeses. Okay, Zena Lee says yes. Okay, so yes if you think it makes sense. No if you think it doesn't. Valika says no. Harlem Queen Melanin says yes. Raphael says no. William says no. Leslie says no. CJ Johnson says yes. Okay, so it looks like we're getting yes, no, yes, no, yes, 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 no. Well, let me brief you guys on what they're accused of. T.I. and Tiny have been accused of basically running some sort of trafficking ring of women. It was stunning to kind of hear this, right? You know, this is a married couple. They got kids and everything. And it seemed like, I mean, Alicia and I, we got 3 kids in the house. And we ain't got time to be running no rings and all that stuff. And I definitely ain't doing no wife swapping with you, because ain't nobody gonna touch my woman but me. You know, but apparently there are people alleging a lady by the name of Sabrina something. I'm not even going to say her name more than once, because she could be a clout chaser. I'm not saying that she is. I'm saying she could be a clout chaser. When you have clout, you attract clout chasers. They chase after you because they're chasing your clout. But Sabrina is saying some pretty damning things. And then what happened was apparently there became like a little chorus of women saying, yeah, they did me dirty. Yeah, they did me wrong. Yeah, they did this to me. They did that to me. And it's getting kind of heavy, kind of intense, to the point where you're kind of wondering what's really going on here. What's going on? Now, here's the thing. Again, I believe in this thing that people don't believe in anymore in America, this thing called evidence. I know that sounds crazy. I know it's radical to say that you actually have to prove something before you go destroy somebody's life. But I'm a little old fashioned, and I believe in this thing called evidence. And here's the problem. These allegations that have come out, which MTV is acting as if they're real. They're real allegations, but there's not any real proof that I have seen anywhere other than real allegations. A real allegation is not the same as real proof. Right? A real allegation, because somebody really said it, doesn't mean that it really happened. It doesn't mean it didn't happen now. But when you make an accusation against a person, the burden of proof is on you. The burden of proof is on the accuser. The burden of proof is not on the accused. And the reason I'm a little bit interested in this, and I want to step up and just kind of speak out on this. You know, I'm not speaking for T.I. or Tiny. I'm not speaking for Sabrina. I'm speaking for this thing called the truth. The reason I felt the need to speak up on this is because all accusations are not created equal, and all accused are not the same. All accusations are not created equal. All accusers and accusees are not the same. Now, what does that mean? Well, so MTV decides to suspend T.I. and Tiny's show, the Friends and Family Hustle. MTV decided to step in and make a preliminary suspension of the show. Now, I don't know if this is permanent or not. They have not stated. based on this accusation. Okay, cool, fine, all right, yeah, you're corporate. I know how corporations think. I'm a finance professor, so I know how businesses and business owners and corporations kind of operate. They're very conservative, so maybe they're suspending it just in case it's true. Okay, cool, got you. Makes sense. All right, period. All right, expeditiously. Let's get him out of here expeditiously because we don't want to catch none of these cooties because he's toxic now. Okay, got it. Well, there's another guy that was also accused of some pretty problematic and salacious stuff. Can anybody tell me, guess in the chat, whose name I'm about to mention when I talk about another prominent man who was accused of some pretty problematic things involving women? Let me give you a hint. I'm gonna give you a hint through music. Dum dum da dum dum da dum da dum da dum da dum da dum. Anybody know what I'm talking about? There you go. Kaprina, you win the prize. Kaprina said Joe Biden. Absolutely, Joe Biden. And Glenda threw in another interesting name, Donald Trump. Joe Biden and Donald Trump both have been accused of highly inappropriate behavior involving women. In fact, during the whole election, there was this lady named Tara something. Somebody give me her last name. I don't have her last name in front of me. I want to say Tara Bennett, who was literally chasing down Joe Biden like a baby mama looking for the child support. And she was basically saying, me too, help me, y'all. Me too. And nobody listened. Oh, Angeline, you're a smart lady. She threw in another name. I forgot about this one. Oh, Mr. Bill Clinton. Y'all know him. Remember him? He was the first black president. Anybody remember that? When y'all said he was the first black president? He wasn't the first black president. He was like the 38th white one or something, or 40th. I don't remember what number he was. I don't count. So anyway, so here's the deal. All accusers are not created equal. All accusations are not created equal, and all accusees are not created equal. And so the challenge that those who are going after T.I. have right now is that when you're stepping out there and you're making this sort of heavy accusation against T.I. and his wife, disrupting his family. I don't know if I feel sorry for T.I. and Tiny yet, because I don't know if they're guilty. I mean, for all I know, there could be some stuff popping off that I don't know anything about. And I'm not going to sit here and act like I know things I don't know. But, one thing I do know, the only thing I know is that I feel sorry for the kids. I cannot imagine going to school and having, you're sitting in the playground and you're swinging on the swing set and you're 11 years old and somebody walks up and says, I heard that your mom and daddy be popping tricks and making money off young women. Right. And I think that would be very devastating. So they're probably going to need a lot of therapy. But then again, the kids are celebrities. They all kind of need therapy. And I imagine the trauma of having your parents in the media in such a crazy way is balanced by the fact that you get to say that I rode a private jet when I was 4 years old. So I guess the good and the bad kind of come together. Heaven and hell tend to come attached in the same package. So with that said, I think that what has to be brought into this conversation at the very least is a search for this thing called the truth. Here's the problem that the accusers have when it comes to trying to take down T.I. and Tiny or going after MTV and getting them to get squeamish and to walk away, because they succeeded. They made T.I. toxic. They made his family toxic. They made Tiny toxic because Tiny is standing by her man, which God forbid, nobody does that anymore. Nobody. Well, who would stand next to a black man? My God, that's crazy, right? Nobody does that, right? So Tiny stands by her man. And T.I. is standing tall. He did a video where he pretty much gave his side of the story. I'm actually going to play this video because I think it's important to listen to a black man when he's talking, and a black women as well. And but they've succeeded. They've made them toxic enough that MTV has disrupted their life by suspending their show. Other people doing business with them have probably cut business ties just in case, because when you get accused, people just back away from you just because they think you might have done it, which creates an impossible task of actually proving that you did not commit a crime. I still don't know. I know I've seen people prove that themselves not guilty. I've seen people, prove that there's not enough evidence for a conviction, but I've never seen anybody really thoroughly be able to really prove that they were actually innocent. How do you, if someone accuses you of something and there's no evidence, how do you really prove that you didn't do it? What do you have to do? There is no way to do that, right? So the question that has to be asked of those who are seeking to get T.I. and Tiny canceled because of whatever they claim that they were doing behind closed doors is, I think the question has to be asked is, okay, if there's this big line of victims, are there any police reports we can draw upon to kind of help base this accusation on? What evidence, maybe is there a videotape with somebody videotaping when these things were happening? Because you know how people do when they get freaky. I went to Atlanta one time and I had to go to Atlanta strip club because I was the best man in a wedding and I had to make sure that the groom was going to be okay. And it was a fascinating experience because I'm gonna tell you that strip club culture in Atlanta is heavy. Ooh, Lord, I don't want no parts of it. Just so you know, black men, you got to be strategic. You get caught with a big butt and a smile. Next thing you know, you up here sitting next to Cardi B, and she done took you for all your money and got you raped by a tranny. Because Cardi used to do that, by the way. Cardi actually confessed to that, right? Nobody's canceling Cardi B. Nobody's canceling Cardi B, who publicly confessed to drugging men and getting them raped. But then again, if Cardi B's not a black man, if Cardi B were a black man and she said the same thing, she would probably be in jail right now. They would be doing documentaries called Surviving Cardi B.